Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Karen Bonafilio, Inner Realms, Outer Journeys. Good to see all of you today. I have a new guest on today, and the topic is extremely interesting. Kathy, would you like to say hi to everyone?
I would. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for inviting me on the show.
I'm excited to have you on the show. And I'm going to tell a little bit about Kathy, and then I'm just going to let her take over. I love astrology, but I don't understand it. I've had reputable people do my charts, and they tell me, oh, Karen, you have this in this house and this in that house, and I don't understand it. And I work with Kathy, and she did run my chart for me, and I got something from her, and I understand it. I understand what it means. So I'm hoping that she will clarify things for you today too, because I know it's important, the astrology, but I just couldn't understand it. So I throw up my hands in the air. The astrologer is always excited about everything, but I didn't know what they were excited about. So Kathy, welcome to the channel, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you again for inviting me on your show. I am super excited about this. I believe that life has a way of leaving us clues to help us find our purpose in this lifetime. For years, I was, caught up in my patterns, repeating same things. And I could see them, I'm living them. Right? We live them. We live these. It's the same thing. It's like being on a hamster wheel, and I can't get off of it. And then I finally got so frustrated. I'm like, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. And so discovering astrology gave a language to this that helped me connect those dots. I'm like, and right. And it continues well into my life still to help me guide me in my journey. And I keep my chart with me. This one's kind of cleaned up, but I've got notes. But I usually on others, I have to change them out. Well, one, because these planets, these are transits and progressions, so they move. So we have to, I have to look at it. Oh, something's changing, so I need to look at it and see what's going on. If I'm unsure of why am I feeling this way this week? Why is this bothering me so much? So I can go to the astrology chart and I can say, oh, there it is. That's what's creating.
Seriously, because I have something that's bothering me that I need to say to somebody. Would I find that in my chart that I need to?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. We can dive into that because that's such a major part of just looking at your chart and saying, oh yeah, my sun is in Virgo, my moon is, I can tell you that, but that doesn't mean anything if you can't, it doesn't make any sense in your life, right?
It doesn't. It does not make any sense. And that's what they would tell me. They said you have da 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 da, and we're really excited. And I thought, okay, but what does that mean? And they would just repeat the same information. And I thought, I'm not getting this. So how do you stand out? How are you different?
Well, I think I as I began to understand myself, this is just the backstory. As I began to understand myself, I naturally then started becoming curious about how it was that I could maybe help others. So I immersed myself in learning about astrology, all the way into astrology. And over time, I realized I kept thinking, wow, really is something to this. And so I started giving intuitive chart readings to my family and then my friends and anybody who would listen, right? But before long, because I'm so passionate about it. Like, you guys, I can tell you this, and it'll make sense. And anyway, my journey has continued to unfold since then.
I think they would be happy to get that information.
Oh, everybody was,
Yeah.
yeah. And when I first started out, granted, I was that person a little bit, like, oh, you have Virgo, you're a Virgo sun. And so it's evolved into what it is today for me, that my Virgo sun and moon means something to me. I could say it all day long and, oh, I'm a perfectionist. But when we tie it all together, then it tells the story. It tells my story. It tells your story, right?
Well, so it was also a learning experience for you how to teach this to others too, so they could understand their chart.
Absolutely. Because just like you had mentioned, I mean, just to say, okay, here's your chart. No, here's Saturn for you. You can find, okay, big deal. What does that mean? So it took me a while because there were people who would say to me, rightfully so, okay, I hear you. I'm looking at your blog post. I'm listening to you, but it means nothing. And that's when it triggered for me that, yeah, you need to say it in a way that makes sense. So so this is my model today. I am an intuitive astrologer. I'm an oracle card reader. I am a teacher, and I'm the author of Inner Strength Unleashed. So I use astrology as a tool for self-awareness. That's what it is for me, and that's how I teach it. That's how I give the readings. And my philosophy is built on 4 very simple ideas. This is how it connects the dots. Awareness. When I look at this chart, there's an awareness in here. The awareness creates an understanding. Okay, now then the understanding reveals the patterns. And then the patterns create choices. And when we realize we have choices, this life, oh my God, these same things keep coming at me. They keep coming at me, right? Like there's something that's happening to us instead of for us. And when we see that differently through a different lens, the choices are different. Then we have more intentional choices and we create a better reality for ourselves. Life is life. Life happens, stuff happens, but we can see it through a different lens. And every birth chart tells a story. My role is to help people connect those dots, to see their life through a different lens. I like to look at it through a different lens. It's not like every other astrologer at all. And to help develop a new relationship with, ourselves, so they can, there's just deeper meaning. There's just, because the more we understand ourselves, the better we understand that we have a choice.
That's perfect. The more we understand ourselves. And we're going to learn so much about ourselves looking at the chart.
Yes.
Now, I have a best friend, Tracy. She's my bestie. She's really into astrology. And she said that, Karen, you need to get your chart done every year around your birthday because it's going to all change. But since I never understood it, I never did it after that. Is that true that because of the new year, the planets and everything changes, or how they fall? Or can you explain that to me?
Yes, it's called a solar return chart. And on our birthday, it's just now there's another, we have a new theme for the year. Your chart, this never changes. This is who I am. That never changes.
Okay.
But every birthday, there's a new theme for the year that I have.
Oh, a new theme?
Yeah.
I got to go and look for my theme.
Yeah.
I need to go. I'm going to do that after we get off. I'm going to look around my theme. Oh, I think I know my theme. I remember now. Yeah, I do. Sorry. Got excited.
And a lot of it is based on the ascendant. We have the 3 major things that we look at as an astrologer is the sun, moon, and rising. Our sun is our identity. Our moon is our emotions. And the ascendant is how we show up in the world. So that will shift in your solar return chart. And then that's kind of the theme for that year.
I like that. Well, when September comes around, I'll be see. Oh, that's coming soon. It's July. Gosh, just a couple months. Wow, this year went quickly for me, quite frankly. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's really good to know too. Um, your book. Tell me, I don't know. I lost that. You tell me about the book you wrote. Do you have that with you right now?
I do. I wrote. Can you see that?
Inner Strength Unleashed. Okay.
I published it about a year and a half. It was published about a year and a half ago. And I wrote it. This was part of my healing, and it was part of me finding astrology. And so part of that healing for me was to just write everything down, because we hold it all in. We just hold this stuff in, and we're conditioned to believe this. And I thought growing up, there's something better. There's something different. This is not the life that I'm supposed to live. So I started writing all this down. Years went by, write a little more, and I'd cry and I'd feel and and again, this is also in my chart. There's a little box down here. I don't know if we talked about that in your chart. Little box. Can you see? Okay. Well, there's some clues in that too. So I know that I don't have a whole lot of water. Water is emotions. Right? So when I either speak it or write it, I can feel it. And when I figured that out in my chart, I started writing. And the more I was writing, the more all of that started to release. And then I started to heal. And then I don't have to hold on to that anymore. So I wrote this book, and it was part of my healing journey. And it's the modalities that I use to help me heal. And astrology is front and center.
Yes. Oh, that's nice. Wasn't that cathartic to write that book about yourself?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And when you're going through it, and I was raised in a home where you didn't matter, your voice. I did not find my voice until I was well into my 40s, because you're not to speak. And if you speak, you're going to sound stupid. I won't use the words that I was called as a young child, but children were to be seen and not heard. You all sit on the wall and don't. There were 7 of us. Nobody's to speak. And if you did, there was the wrath of Dad. So you didn't speak. You didn't speak how you felt. You didn't speak. And if you did speak, again, you're going to sound stupid. That was stupid. That was an imbecile. That was idiotic. Anyway, so
Did that happen to all the family members?
Yes.
They were treated that way?
Yes. Yes. All 7 of us.
Was your father a minister?
Oh my God, no. The opposite.
Well, okay.
Mean. Yeah, he was just mean. He was just a mean,
hateful,
angry. Yeah. But you know what? We learned, this is part of astrology in my mind. And growing up, even writing the book, I'm like, who would choose them as parents? Why would I even think that that's okay? But what I believe happens is we come in right before we come into this life. Mm-hmm. We're sitting up and we're getting ready to come down into this beautiful place that we're going to, our journey is going to continue, right? And we decide, this is what I want to learn. This is what I want to accomplish in this lifetime. And based on that, we are either given or we choose our parents, right, wrong, or different.
Yep.
And boy, did I learn some things from my parents. We do.
Yeah. I'm laughing because I understand so well what you're talking about. Yeah. Are your parents still living?
No.
Okay. Have they come to you in spirit?
No. Which is interesting. No. I think I reject. You know what? I guess they have come to me, but not in the same way. I'll just tell you this little story. Mm-hmm. My address here is 6120. And I had built a she shed in the back of my house. And in the meantime, I decided I wanted to replace those numbers out front. I wanted them to look more decorative. So I had my nephew come and he changed them out. And he comes into the house and he says, "Do you want these?" He throws them on the counter. He said, "Do you want me to throw these away or do you want them?" 1902 is when he threw them out. 1902. That's the year my father was born.
Oh gosh. So he was sending you a sign.
And that's on my shed now, my she shed.
Oh, you put that. That's a good idea. Is it over the door when they?
It's just, yeah, it's just on the side of the she shed to honor, because you know what is he had trauma to deal with. He was doing the best he could with what he had. They do.
Well, and I think that you both made that agreement to have that relationship. It wasn't one-sided that you decided and he didn't. It was both of you that decided that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. We digressed.
Right?
But we go where spirit leads, and so that's good. Yeah. So people needed to hear that. Um, Writing the book can be so cathartic, so cathartic. Are you also a psychic medium too?
I am not.
Okay.
It's interesting. I'm an intuitive, and I know that it's close, but it's not the same. It's a little different. You know, the intuition is more, here's your map.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You go where you need to go.
Yeah.
It could take, you might decide to go over here. You might decide to go over here. But here's your true north. Here's where, you know, you're going to wind up eventually. You get, it's like having the old maps that, you know, oh, well, I could go over here. There's an adventure over here.
Yep.
That's more, to me, intuitive than psychic medium says, oh, this is it. This is, you know, I think it's a little, they're similar, but it's just in my mind a little different.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew everything about you. So I wasn't making a judgment or anything. I don't want you to think that. Okay.
Didn't take it that way either. I just know that that's how I see what I do as well. So thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to have to take a look at your book too. That would be an interesting read. Now, before we move on, are there any other points you want to cover about what we've talked about so far?
Nope.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
You know, probably without being fully aware, to probably 30 years. Started with the moon cycles, but then I think to truly say how long have I been giving charts and immersed in astrology, 15, 18 years.
30 years. You're kind of, I'm thinking you're not that old.
Well, yeah.
It's happened. Okay, now something's going on with our world right now. And do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I do. It's called Barboat's Basket. I think I had sent you that. It's
Would you like us to bring that up on the screen for you right now?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's bring that up and we can take a look at what you're talking about, because I know it's a powerful time for, is it correct to say for the world or just for our area?
Collective for the world.
Collective for everyone.
Yes. I want to start by just introducing Barboat. Andrea Barboat, I think he was French. He was one of the most extraordinary, you know, astrologers, but he looked at things in the collective, not just
personal.
Right. He was more that way. He was the man who predicted, not the man, but he predicted the pandemic. In 2018, he predicted the pandemic.
Oh, he did?
Yes. Is that crazy?
That is crazy. So he's still living now?
No, he passed, I believe, you know what, 2018 maybe. I mean, he was an elderly man. And then he also predicted this, what's up on the screen. And it's named Barboat's Basket. But what it means is, he said, it's just this new relaunch. It's a reset of, and we've all felt this. We can feel the shift, right?
It is a reset. Yeah.
It's a relaunch of what we're living. It's not, anyway, this was what he predicted in 2018, and we are in that right now. Yesterday and today, peak days.
Okay, can you explain the basket and then tell how it applies for us today? Because I know it's a powerful time.
Yes. So each planet contributes to this configuration. At the very top, you'll see that half moon.
Yep.
And that's the moon in Virgo. Today, the moon is in Virgo. Yesterday, it was in Libra.
Okay.
Libra wants harmony, balance. This is the collective. We all want harmony. We all want balance, right?
Mhm.
Today it's in Virgo. And in Virgo, it's like, let's ground this. Let's make this practical. Let's make this doable.
Okay.
And then we have on this little 4, it looks like a 4.
Like a 2, 4? Yeah.
4. That's Jupiter. So Jupiter is at 4 degrees. These are all 4 degrees, not the moon, but the other 4 planets in the basket side. Those are at 4 degrees.
Okay.
So Jupiter is in Leo. It encourages us to, that's expansion. Jupiter likes to expand. So Jupiter says, what's possible? Let's not limit ourselves. We don't have to work hard. We don't have to do more. We need to just look at the bigger picture. How can we, right?
I love that.
Isn't it great?
Oh.
Expand your vision of possibility is what Jupiter's contribution is to this basket, right? Then the next one on the bottom there, well, I'm looking at it in the bottom right, is Uranus. Okay, Uranus is in Gemini. That's unexpected. Shake things up. Uranus likes to just stir the pot. Let's just create some disruption. Now everything's collapsed. Are we not seeing things collapse? Everything.
Thank God.
Right?
Thank God.
The old world, the old way of doing things, that's collapsing. That has to happen. So Uranus is supported in this basket. And then the next one over is Neptune, the one at the other side of the bottom there, that's Neptune. Neptune is currently retrograde, and Neptune is illusional. Neptune is dreaminess, it's intuition, it's spirituality. And Neptune says, trust your inner knowing. It's retrograde right now. So the curtain is drawn. Normally, Neptune is foggy. Neptune's like, oh, I'll just live in this little dreamy world. But now the curtain's open. Everything's clear. Truths are coming out. Are we not seeing that?
Yes.
Stop looking outside yourself. It's right here. We got the answers. We know this. We all have intuition. Trust your inner knowing. And then the one at the top of that basket is Pluto. Pluto asks, and that's in Aquarius. Aquarius is all about community. It's the collective. And with Pluto there, it's asked us to release what we've outgrown. What we cannot put those old, outdated beliefs, those old, outdated ways of doing things in this basket and take it with us. Not going to happen.
So, as a novice, I have 2 questions for you. Does this basket happen every year? Or is this just, how often does this happen? Or is it something we can look forward to? How long is this one in effect?
Okay, this is a once in a lifetime. This is why because it's a reset. This has not ever happened.
Oh.
Some of these planets have been together before, but not like this. This is why, this is what astrologers have been talking about for a long time. Even I've seen 2026, we're not sure. I don't know. It could be, we don't know. We didn't know, and we're here. It's a reset. It's a relaunch. It's a rebirthing.
Oh.
So yeah, it's just a once in a lifetime. Now the moon, the Virgo moon won't be there for long. Jupiter will move along, but those other 3 planets are going to remain probably because they're slow moving planets. So they're going to be there supporting this basket, some of these energies into 2028. And I love
Really?
Oh, yeah. So more of more disruption, more. This isn't, this isn't a one and done today. Oh, magically.
Into 2028.
Yes.
Okay.
It's been building up to that. We've seen it, right? We've seen it in the world. We've seen it in the things that are happening, right?
Yes, yes. I'm surprised we haven't exploded, quite frankly. This
Well,
is giving me hope. This is giving me hope.
oh yeah, this is why I'm so glad you let me share this, because I think this is such an amazing configuration, but I think there's some things in here. This is not magic. There's magic within it, but it is not, oh, today everything is going to change and the world's going to be different. That's not this.
Okay.
There's magic to be found in it. There are sextiles and aspects. Sextiles mean we have some work to do.
Thank you. I was going to ask you what a sextile was.
We have some work to do. But it also says there's trines. It's like, oh, this is beautiful. The Virgo moon says, oh my God, this is also beautiful. Now, what are you going to do with this? That's the opportunity yesterday, today, and actually this week. What are we going to do with all of this amazing energy that's available to us? What are we going to let go of? Because we can't. Here's how I envision it. It's a basket. We're like at the grocery store. Do I want to take this old stuff with me? Or, oh, that's not working for me anymore. So that's just not going in my basket.
Okay. So how do we personalize this for ourselves? How this energy is going to be strong for a few days. What can we, and this is going up Saturday, so it'll still be around. We can still do it. So what can we as a person, part of the collective, do to amplify, to move this forward, to help our growth, to help us?
Okay, well, I would say, because it's all supported, and I got to believe, just like me and you, everybody's feeling some disruptive energy in our lives.
Yes.
Right? Things are shifting in our lives, and we're like, oh my God, where did that come from? I don't know why. Everything's been fine, and now all of a sudden it's not. That, right? That's showing up for a lot of us. I would imagine most of us. We're seeing it. We're seeing in the collective, but when we go to the personal level, we all have something like that. Okay, so now we have to pay attention to that. And when we put our focus on that, we say, okay, what within that? And I like to refer as Pluto as what's in the basement. So now we go down into the basement and we dig through that old, dirty, dusty box that we've been ignoring, because that's what's disrupting. That's what's showing up that we haven't wanted to look at. That needs, go through it. Oh, what is this? Oh, dang, I don't even know I have it anymore. That's not going in my basket. Oh, maybe this has a different, and then you pull something else out of the box and you go, oh, maybe, you know what, this has some value, but I'm not going to look at it in the same way. I'm not going to hold it in such a, heavy way. It's okay. I can hold on to this without it impacting my journey forward, because this is all about the movement, the big relaunch of the world. We're not going to be the same at the end of all of this. We're already seeing that. So yeah, go then pick something else out of that box, because Uranus is the one who's causing the disruption. And it's not easy. Some people are saying this is magic. It is not magic. It is almost painful. I'm experiencing some of this myself, and it has not been fun. But I know, right? And
I hear you, sister. I hear you.
It's painful. I have had moments where I'm just breaking down, and I'm like, but I know that this is necessary. And if we just go with that.
Kathy, I had a real problem last night, and this is kind of clearing up some of the things that I was going through.
Just giving yourself that grace to know that needs to go. It's not bad. It's not good. There's no judgment around it. It's just we can't hold on to that and go forward into this beautiful space that we're moving into.
So this is a letting go process and also a moving forward process.
It's a letting go it's a looking at what needs to let go. That's the big thing, because sometimes we know, and then we'll go, yeah, no, we just blow it off.
And
Because
sometimes there's a comfort in having that, even though it doesn't necessarily serve you.
absolutely, there's a comfort in that familiarity, and that's what we really, really need to dig deep down inside and say, is that really something that I want to hold on to? And then do what we can to release it. Call on the angels, call on the guides, call on whatever source you have available to you, because this is the important time. Because Jupiter's sitting right there going, all you have to do is let that go. Don't put it in the basket. And we're going to make this bigger. We're going to make it, we're going to make all of your wildest dreams come true. Jupiter is so supportive here.
I'm writing this stuff down. So what if someone doesn't know where to start, what to do? What could you recommend for the novice? What do they do now? They know they got to let go of things, or I don't know. I'm just trying to break it down and make it really easy for people.
Understood. It's different for everybody. And I have actually people in my life who, I just want so much to just, can you look at this? Can you look at it from that different lens? Can you just see it for what it really is? Because Neptune's right there saying the fog is lifted, the curtain's open, you can see it. But denial is denial. So it's more about, can we be honest with ourselves? And I think mirror, I saw something the other day, and it's interesting that this is showing up. Mirror gazing. Go to the mirror.
Mirror gazing?
Go into the mirror and look straight into your eyes and start to, because then you're going into your soul. The eyes are the window to our soul, right?
Yes, they are.
Go there. If you're struggling with, I don't know what needs to let go, anybody's, right? Go in there, because that's where you're, again, it's inner. What within us, not out there. It's nobody else. It's here. What do I need to learn? I was very, very clear. I'm sure you were very clear. When we're having that painful moment, that moment that, I don't even know why I'm feeling this. I'm emotional. I'm crying. I'm breaking down. But because I know astrology, I'm like, no, let that show up. It still didn't make it easy, but I know I'm very clear that I got to let it go. Now I have a choice. Now we're back to what I was saying earlier. Now we have a choice. Do I let that go?
Kathy, that is great advice. That's really, really wonderful advice. And actually, everyone can take that advice, not just during this time, but when things are a little rocky, and you don't understand what's going on, you can look at the chart, you can look at your chart and try to figure it out. But looking in the mirror and looking within you, great idea. Really good idea. Okay, what else do you have there that I don't know about that we should be telling people? That's really good. Oh my God. I told you, you got it going on, girl. You really
Thank you. I think that, well, if you know your chart, or if you have your chart, there's one other little thing that I like to tell my clients, and you have yours, and we may have talked about it. There's those times when we are confused. We don't know what we should do next. We feel something shifting. We feel something's off. I recommend my clients go right to your ascendant.
To do what?
Your ascendant, the rising, right?
Yeah,
your rising. Go to your rising. Not everybody knows it, but that's a pretty easy thing to find within, go to astro.com, put in your birth information, and just real quick, what's my rising? So, and I learned this through my chart again, because I live in my Virgo. This is Virgo. This is my Virgo. I lived here. And when I found that all I have to do is go to my ascendant, Pisces, I don't have to stay in my perfectionism. I don't have to stay in everything has to be fixed. All I have to do is go over here and say, Pisces will let it flow. That's intuition. That's ruled by Neptune. I just have to trust.
Now, is that in my chart too? I can find that?
Yes. Your ascendant is going to be, see where your first house is.
Yep. My first. Okay.
See where your first house, see where the AC is on the very end?
Oh, I have to look on the chart.
On the chart, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I do see it.
AC. So what sign is that in? The first house, AC.
You know, my computer ink is really light and it looks like a squiggle like that.
Probably Aquarius then. If it's squiggly. Two squiggly marks?
Well, it's one continually squiggly mark.
Oh.
But I can check this out later.
Yeah. And I can share that with you after later because I have your chart. So
Okay.
So here's a few things that are going on that might be helpful. Mercury has been retrograde in Cancer since
Wait. What the heck is retrograde? Everybody says, is Mercury retrograde? And I go, okay, what's that mean? So explain retrograde. Yeah.
Okay, Mercury goes retrograde is when it appears as though the planet is going backwards. It's not really, it's just kind of it gives that, and then the energy is of that. So during a retrograde, and Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. This is not unusual.
Right.
And we'll experience things, and some people will experience it and they won't even know that that's what it is. And a lot of people will blame stuff on Mercury retrograde when it is, oh, it must be Mercury retrograde. We hear that a lot too.
All the time.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
Right? But Mercury, so when it goes retrograde, when you hear that, what that means is it's a time, it's a 3.5 week period, Mercury retrograde. Okay. When we are being asked to don't make major decisions, don't sign major contracts, don't move to a new place, don't cut your hair. There's just a lot of things maybe that you want to be mindful of. If you do those things, do it intentionally, knowing that this is a time, because this is more of a time of reflecting, re-looking at, redesigning, right? All of the things within whatever sign the Mercury is retrograde. It's been retrograde in Cancer. Oh, how convenient. Cancer is our home, our foundation.
Oh.
Our individual homes, our foundations. Look at how we see things, how we want, do I really want this on my foundation? Do I want this person? Do I want this situation? Or do I look at, I remove it? Or do I remodel it or remove it to another room or whatever that might look like? It's always just going, and Cancer is the crab. So we go in. We go in, we say, oh, I need to feel that. This is what you and I were experiencing. This is part of that all of the planetary alignment that's going on right now. Cancer says we've got to relook at all of this within. So it's going direct on July 23rd, which is Wednesday or Thursday. So while it was
Thursday.
Yes, while it was retrograde, old memories, old family dynamics, emotional patterns were showing up, right? Around ancestry or old, just memories around, people, things. My dad showed up, the conversation, those things are showing up, old conditionings. Yeah. So, and our sense of security and belonging was, that might have shown up however it showed up. It's just like, oh, I don't feel so secure. I don't feel so safe at this moment. Those moments would show up.
Oh, gosh. So I'm just thinking all these things that sometimes, I don't know why I'm feeling this. I don't know why this is going on. I can find it in the stars in my chart.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Kathy, where have you been?
Yeah.
I appreciate all of this, seriously.
Oh, you're so adorable. Thank you.
I really am. I do. I truly do. Because, people would say things. I think, okay, whatever. Just give me the dawning of Aquarius. That's all I care about,
Right?
Yeah.
Just make this easy, but life isn't. That's not how it's designed. So
No, it's
that's why
not.
I love astrology, because there's a method to the madness.
Mhm.
I'm all about patterns. I'm all about methods. I'm all about how can we make this work for our greatest, our highest and greatest good. And it's here. Oh my God, the more I know me, the better my life gets.
Yeah. I'm going to have to start looking at this more often. Um, and, you talked about, we plan these things before we come here when you were talking about your family. Don't we always also plan when we're going to be born, under what sign and all
Yes.
that too?
Yes, I think that's all part of it, because
Mhm.
had I, because all, there's 7 of us, all of us took away a different perspective in this
Oh,
family unit.
really?
Yes, because
Uh-huh.
they were looking at it. I have an older sister, and her way to deal with all of the trauma and all of that we went through is humor. I don't. I get serious. I'm like, yeah, but I got to understand that. Why did that happen? Somebody else one of the others might just go, oh, I have a sister who's now passed, but she was Libra. So can't we just all kind of get along? So everybody brought their own dynamic into this family story,
Mhm.
so that
Mhm.
we all kind of, and when I step back and look at the whole, and not all of them believe what I do, and that's okay, but I can see it. I just
How
see
can they not? I'm not kidding. How can they not? Well, you know what? Um, you're never a prophet in your own land.
that is the truth.
Hmm.
That is truth.
I found that out with my kids, but it's neither here nor there. But yeah, they're not always going to listen and whatever. Let's not
There
get
and there is something to that as well, because that's something that's come up for me. It's like, just because I gave birth to them doesn't mean that their journey isn't going to completely take a it's their journey. I can try to guide them, but because my Virgo shift and
a
tell them
fellow
what to do.
Virgo.
All they have to do is listen to me, because I know.
Yeah, that's so easily said, isn't it? Just
But
listen.
that's
I know I can help you.
right. But the truth is, it's their journey. And when we allow them to go on their journey, it's better. And we don't have to save them. They're going to be fine. Oh, that's the hardest lesson I've had to learn around my children.
Yeah, I'm personalizing this now as you say that. I'm just glad that my kids made the majority of their decisions favorably, because you never know how things are going to go in life.
You don't.
Yeah. Well, maybe you do. Maybe if you look at your chart each year, you will know how things are going to go in your life.
I will tell you, I have said for years, I wish I would have known this when I was raising my kids, because I raised them alone.
Me too. Or just for myself, because, we've all gone through, stuff. And that's a nice way of saying it. But it would have it would have been really nice to know, okay, this is why it's happening. And this is, what you can do. And since you realize it. So that's very cool.
I have a 14-year-old granddaughter now, and she's grown up with this. And the one thing I used to tell her, because this is how I think it can make such a difference, and
Yeah.
especially where we're at in the collective. And if she knows herself at 3 or 4 or 5, she's not going to be able to look at this chart the way I am and understand it. So pieces. So we do pieces. I'm like, all you have to do is remember to speak your truth, because she has her North Node in Sagittarius. Sagittarius, speak your truth. And she has some Cancer, which is home, in your home. And I would tell her, that doesn't mean you're ugly about it. That doesn't mean you're defying your parents or anybody else. You just need to speak your truth.
And at 14, that can be difficult too. Because at that time, that's when pressure starts setting in, peer pressure, family pressure, and to stay true to herself. That kudos to her.
And that's the one thing I was telling her at 5 years old. It's just speak your truth. The one little thing. And
Mhm.
today she'll go, I'll say something about, she's like, I just need an update on my chart reading, because she understands that it is there. And that's my hope, is that we can touch younger lives to know that this tool is available. And that's all it is just a tool. It's one more tool.
Okay, this is so cool. Hey, we had another graphic. Um, I forgot what it was. What are we going to talk about?
It's a little bit about what I do, and it's what I spoke about. It's my astrology through a different lens.
But we should probably look at that graphic.
Okay.
If we can bring that up, then we can talk about that. Kathy, you are just seriously fascinating. And I know we've talked before a few times, but I got to tell you, I'm really curious, and you're really educating me. And I love that. I love it, love it, love it. Love it. So thank you. Kelly, can we bring that other chart up, my friend, and see? Okay.
So, yes, this is, I wanted to, design this graphic so it sort of speaks to absolutely everything I do, astrology through a different lens, helping you understand yourself through the language of astrology. Because just as you have said, it's like, if you, I could tell you all day long your Saturn is in Capricorn, it doesn't mean anything. But
no, it doesn't mean that's great. Yay! What the?
Right.
Yeah.
So when we have the awareness, we see it. When we have the understanding, now I understand why. And when we see the patterns, and to me, it was like this hamster wheel. Oh, yeah. There it is. There it is again. Oh, I recognize where it keeps showing up. Oh my God, when I saw that and I could see it and I could understand it. Oh, yep. And then the choices. And then I was absolutely, positively, without a doubt, able to choose differently. And I did. And that's when life takes on a whole different meaning. I'm then in control, because before that, those patterns were controlling me.
Yep, they were controlling you.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how did you, I'm going to say stumble, just for lack of a better word. How did you stumble into astrology along your journey?
I think, again, this started when I was raising the boys, and this started with the moon cycles, believe it or not. That's the stumble right there. The stumble was moon cycles. Okay. And this particular son has an Aries moon. Aries is very in your face, just real, agitated, just big, and I'm not. And about 2 days before that full moon, it took me several years, a lot of years, probably 10 or 12 years into his life. Every time, a couple days before that full moon, I'd start to see that patterns, because I start to recognize patterns. It took me longer than it should have, but anyway. And then that's when I'm like, oh, there's that pattern. So then I just, again, when we see the pattern, now I can make a different choice. And I did. So I stopped that behavior in him, in our relationship. And then, because I'm like, we're not playing this game anymore. We're not doing this. But he would still try. I'm like, no, we're not doing this anymore, because I can see the pattern.
Yeah, you kind of both need to be doing it, right? Not just you.
Well, it's mine. It's my pattern. And I know this. I'm the only one that can make that change in choice. He doesn't have to, but I can say, I'm not going to participate in your pattern anymore. You can keep doing that pattern. I'm just not going to participate in that. That's the difference. It changed me. And then I go on to, oh, look at that. And then one of my other sons, he's like, one day he's just sitting around at a computer. He goes, Mom, what was happening when you were 28? Oh, wow. How would he know that? All of a sudden, light bulb. There were many moments along the way that then I was like, okay, my children are nearly grown. Now I need to get immersed in this, because there's something to it, because it's there. It's all there.
That's so cool. That is really so cool. Kelly, can we take that? Is there anything more about that graphic before we go on, Kathy?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh, Kathy, just fascinating. It really is. Now, did we get to cover everything that you wanted to discuss today? I want to make sure before we start wrapping up. Is there anything I missed?
We've covered a lot. No, I think
Oh, I think we
there's
okay. I just want to make. I think we've opened up a lot of eyes too. Yeah, really. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm really energized from this conversation.
yay.
I am. I really. And you know what? I'm gonna get a bite to eat before I do my next interview because I got a live today. I'm gonna be reading my chart during that too. Going to go through that again. Okay, Kelly, may we please bring up my husband? We're gonna kind of finish up the show with love from him. He gave me this. I'm going to see how it usually fits into what we're talking about. But I'm thinking that the one he told me for Tracy might be. There's my husband. There he is. Okay. Here's love from Bono for all of us, his wisdom. He says, is the answer blowing in the wind? Is the answer in the stars? Is the answer achieved through meditation? All of these light workers, not you, Kathy, are assisting you as you walk through this earth and experience your journey. Utilize and learn from these light workers, these healers, these souls assisting you in your journey. They were sent to you at the perfect time. No, oh, wait, I have to go over here. Kathy was sent to you now, and if you are here, it was meant to be. Know you are divinely perfect in what you are now at this moment. Remember the universe, and you are fluid, and nothing is a permanent situation. How has your soul grown in the last 5 years, 10 years? Your soul will continue to grow and learn. You may start helping others in their evolution. How cool would that be? Pretty cool. You will become both the teacher and the student. He's raising his glass to all of us while placing a kiss on my beautiful wife's face. I just write what he says, guys. I really do. So when he's telling that, I just know he's like showing his love to me and showing the deep love that we did have. Kathy, are we having you on again? I think we are, aren't we?
Yes, we're doing a live.
Ooh, we're going to do a live so you can answer questions about
Yes.
without me looking, do you know kind of where that's fallen? I mean, I have to go look at my schedule. I can't remember. Is it sooner or later?
It is sooner. Oh, I don't have my
It's
calendar.
okay. Well, I will let everybody know when she's live. So, gosh, just a pure pleasure having you. Seriously, it was. And I learned so much. And I asked questions and I really enjoyed learning. And I've learned so much from you. So I have deep gratitude and I thank you for that.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And I love the message from your husband because he said the answer's in the stars.
I know. I think he's so cute how he gets it. I do, and his messages are getting longer. And I transcribed these into a little book called "Love from Bono." So maybe at some point in time, something will come of that.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you so much, and so grateful for you doing my chart and you coming on this channel.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.